Hi everyone, this is Tony from digitalreadymarketing.com. In this SEO analysis session, we are going to take a look at Mancinism. I hope I pronounce it right. So Mancinism is an eco-wear brand located in England. And here's what their website looks like. Well, actually they have a couple websites, as when I was doing the analysis I found out, but the website that we are doing analysis is mancinismdesign.net. So this is what it looks like, and if you scroll down, it's one of those fancy one-pager design. Everything is on one page, and if you click on this, it jumps to different section of the page. So most likely that's controlled by JavaScript, which we'll talk about in a little bit. And so what we did first, of course, was to crawl the site to see if there is any issue with internal linking. So the thinking here is that when we send a crawler from the home page, and they will crawl through the site and see how many pages they find, and then we will also compare that with Google to see how many pages Google find. And normally when there's an internal linking problem, we tend to see a lot more pages with Google search result. And in this instance, it seems like we found more pages using Screaming Frog, which is the crawling software that we use, compared to Google. So again, this is not ideal because sometimes that could also indicate different kind of issues. So let's take a look. So here's the Screaming Frog crawling result. And as you can see here, by quickly skimming through, you can see, it says HTML has more than 100 pages, and we are reporting 59 here. So depending on the time of the crawl, maybe they're adding more, pages. They may block in some pages. So, and depending on how we count it, it could be different. So overall, there are 100 pages, but a lot of them seems to be 302, and this is one of the reasons that we're saying probably there are only 59 pages. I must admit I have a helper that helps me compile this data. So probably that is the reason why it says 59 here compared to the crawl that I just did, which seems to find about 100 pages here. But again, if you exclude those and some of the pages that are up here, that will obviously become 59 as reported in what you're seeing here on the screen. Anyway, coming back to this, so looking at the URL, clearly you can quickly see, okay, there are these pages with a question mark and lightbox, true, question mark, share, Facebook. So when we open one of these pages, so as you can see here, so that's what the page looked like, which is exactly the same as the home page. So essentially, this additional parameter is not leading to a new page, but rather it's creating additional page or pages, I should say, and that is a duplicate content issue. But Google being Google, they are clever enough not to include those in the search result. And obviously, when we type site operator with the URL and then use in URL operator, so what we are doing is we're looking for any URLs within the site that contains this parameter, whether they are indexed or not. And as you can see here, Google did not index it because it recognized that as duplicate content, as something that's not valuable for the users that are using Google, so it excluded those results. But ideally, those pages should not be there because it's wasting Google's resource to sort of finding those pages. So that's one thing to point out. And the other is tag pages. So tag pages, essentially, they lead to not found, and there's nothing for those tag pages. Apparently, there are no content associated with those tag pages, as you can see here. And this happens again and again. And the thing is that this is leading to a status code 200 pages. And obviously this is causing a problem for Google as well, because they don't like when they get to a page that has nothing there. Seems like a 404 page, and yet the page is returning a status code 200. And this could cause soft 404 issues. I have talked about this before, so I do have posts about that. If you're interested, I will include the link in the video note, but that's essentially what's going on here. So ideally, these tag pages should not be here because that's wasting Google's resource, and Google will kindly let you know that in Google Webmaster Tools. If you have Google Webmaster Tools, these pages will probably show up as soft 404 errors. Okay, moving on. So that's the kind of things that we've seen so far when we crawl the page, and then when we compare that with a Google search operator results. And moving down just to see if there's any other issues that we found. And obviously the site is not a big site, so we don't really see too much problems here and there. But one thing that I found out was that when I was going through the result, as you can see, these are clearly, I had this hunch that they are probably WordPress site, and indeed when I actually type WP login, it did show me the login page. So it is a WordPress site, but here there are pages that are HTML. So when I click on it, it actually led me to this seems to be the old design that are still live and still active on the internet. Obviously the homepage is getting redirected, but if I type index.html, and this old design page is still live, and this is causing a bit of confusion for Google, because obviously this is a homepage and they have a new homepage. So ideally they should combine them so that this page might have a substantial backlinks, and it's getting wasted here because since they are probably promoting their new page here, they still have an old page here, and ideally they should implement 301 redirect for every single page that's on the old design page. Okay, so that's another thing we found. Now I want to introduce a new tool here, which is SEMrush. And this tool is very cool. So what this tool can do is essentially allows us to see what kind of keywords that the site is ranking for. And you can actually do that manually, of course. Say I want to see which page is ranking for Apple, for example, for some reason. Oops, misspelling. Apple. For example, say you that's the keyword you're targeting, so I want to find out which page my site is ranking for, and you can do it manually by going through page by page, and eventually find your page. Okay, that's one way to do it, which is not ideal, obviously. Then alternatively, you can actually use a keyword tracking tool to say, okay, I want to track Apple, so show me that. And those keyword tracking tool gives you limit. So, say you want to check keywords other than the ones that you actually know or care about, or, that's when the problem comes in, because you have a limit depending on the package that you subscribe for those keyword ranking tracking tool. And this is where SEMrush comes in. SEMrush allows you to see different keywords without you need to track them. For different keywords, if the site ranks for different keywords, then this will easily show you that. And in fact, I can demonstrate it right here. So let's say we want to take a look at apple.com. Okay, and this tool will let us know there are about 2 million keywords that Apple is ranking for. Okay, and you can see, okay, it ranks for Facebook, which position number 5, which is very interesting. Okay, so this is the kind of thing that SEMrush can do, and it obviously has many other cool tools as well. And we are not gonna get into detail here. I'm just trying to show you, sort of get you up to speed at what kind of analysis what we're going to do for Mancinism, but just want to let you know, this is the kind of thing SEMrush can do. And it also can check for backlinks, and obviously 300 million backlinks, that's a lot of backlinks that Apple is getting. Anyway, coming back to mancinismdesign.net, it has about 263 backlinks. And the cool thing here is obviously you can do different. So let's do www. Okay, and when you do that, oh, actually it won't let me do here, so let me just copy this here. And what I want to do is checking the www version versus the without www version. So you can see the backlink number is different here, 256 compared to 263. So this indicates it is likely that there are backlinks coming to, the one without www. It could be subdomain, or it could be because they changed from the old design right here, which used to be www. And now actually they still use www. They modified the WordPress a little bit, so now it shows up www because the default WordPress is without www. Excuse me. So that's the kind of thing that we look for as well. Anyhow, so coming back to this, obviously the site is unfortunately not ranking for any keywords. And when we check the backlinks, we are seeing a substantial number of backlinks, but they are only coming from 3 domains. And this is where we found out there is another site that belongs to this company here. So Manciware, it has 257 backlinks coming from there. And for this site, it is a little bit better. They are ranking for some more keywords, but what this site is, it's essentially their e-commerce site. Here, you can buy the clothes that they design, and that's where a lot of backlinks come from. So this is a pretty cool tool. Since we have time limitation here, I'm not going to get into details here, but that's what we found. And I also use a plugin. This is a Chrome plugin called Web Developer to check the homepage of mancinismdesign.net. And what I found was it seems to be pretty okay. And this kind of things happen. It says missing headings, and there's one H1. Ideally, it should be only have one H1 per page. And the reason that's happening is probably it's wrapped with logo. It happens with WordPress a lot. So as you can see, that is wrapped around with the logo location there, and that's why the web developer is indicating that they are duplicate. But obviously, when you check the coding here, there's only H1, so that's okay. And another thing that we check was see if there's, the headings structure are good. A lot of H2, H3, it seems to make sense here, so they are good. And another cool thing that we can do with a web developer is that you can disable a lot of elements. So we disable JavaScript, and this is interesting that we found. So right now with JavaScript, you can see the navigation. So let's reload. Now without the JavaScript, the navigation disappears. And now Google is getting cleverer and cleverer. So now they can process some JavaScripts, but still not to the stage that they can process any kind of JavaScripts. And because now they can actually render a web page just like browser rather than looking at the text. So this may not be a problem moving forward, but as of now, it is still best practice to have a text-based link rather than have a JavaScript link like this, because obviously when a JavaScript is not there, or if for some reason the JavaScript file is blocked to not allowing Google to read it, then this is what Google see, and Google cannot get to the other pages. And that's what happened here. So again, ideally should have a text link rather than JavaScript based link. So to summarize, up till this point what we have talked about. So first, very important, have a text-based navigation. Remove all no-index tag pages because they're likely to cause soft errors. And then implement 301 redirect from the old site to the new site. So now, since this is using a WordPress, I do have a plugin that I recommend. And if you go to Google and search for redirection plugin, WordPress. So this plugin is very useful. It allows you to redirect page by page. You can indicate from which old page should get redirected to the new page. Assign it, and then it does 301. You can also do other kinds, but nobody would recommend doing 301. So I hope the owner of the site will go and download this redirection plugin and implement that 301 redirect. Okay, so that's pretty much it for this SEO analysis, and I will be putting the links for the tools and some of the URLs that I mentioned in the video note. And I hope you enjoy this, and until next time, I'll see you then.